Good afternoon. As we understand more the ethics, ethics is generally defined as the study of morality of human act. But before one can say whether the act is morally right or wrong, one must determine first whether or not the man is responsible for the commission of such an act. That is why we will now discuss concerning human acts and human valuation. But before that, what is human acts? It is an act that proceeds from the deliberate free will of man and also the opposite of acts of man. Now, we will differentiate what is human act and what is acts of man. Now, when we say acts of man, it is involuntary acts that has in common with animals and natural acts of vegetative and sense of faculties. But when can one say that an act is not voluntary? The simple and immediate answer to this question is when an act is out of control or out of the control of the agent, such as natural operations of the body and reflexive responses to stimuli, just like breathing, blinking of an eye, sneezing, yawning, scratching, and many more. On the other hand, when we say human acts, the act must be voluntary. This means that the act must emanate from the will of the agent, that this makes the act his or her own. The second one is the act must be free. This means that the agent doing the act is free from. The third one is the act must be deliberate. This means that the agent does the act consciously, that he or she knows what he or she is doing and is aware that he or she is doing the act. As we consider voluntariness as the formal essential quality of a human act, what makes man morally responsible is the voluntariness with which the act is done. On the other hand, acts of man is done in the absence of such essential elements which are not meant to be subjected to the rules of morality. However, once done with malice and performed directed by the will, acts of man can become human acts. On the other side, voluntariness can be tainted depending upon the disposition of the doer. Certain conditions may influence mental or emotional states of the agent to the point that it affects not just voluntariness, but any of the three elements of human act. Such factors are or obstacles are called modifiers of human act. They are as follows. Number one is ignorance. When we say ignorance, it is the absence of knowledge necessary for the performance of an act. The second one is concupiscence. It is the passion or strong emotions or the bodily tendencies of man. The third one is fear, which is the agitation of the mind caused by an impending danger or threat. The fourth one is violence. It is the external force done in order to compel one to do something against his will. And the last one is the habit, which is the act frequently done and repeated. To understand more, here are the 10 basic principles of morality that are emanates from modifiers. Number one, invincible ignorance destroys the voluntariness of an act. The second one, vincible ignorance does not destroy but lessen the voluntariness of an act. The third one, affected ignorance is one way lessens in and another way increases the voluntariness of an act. The fourth one, antecedent concupiscence does not destroy but lessen the voluntariness of an act. The third one, the fifth one rather, consequent concupiscence, however, does not lessen the voluntariness of an act. The sixth one, acts done from fear, however, does not lessen the voluntariness of an act. The seventh one, acts elicited by the will are not subjected to violence. External act caused by violence to which due resistance is offered are in no wise imputable to the agent. The eighth one, habit does not destroy voluntariness, and acts from habit are always voluntary, at least in cause, as long as the habit is allowed to endure. The ninth one, the agent is responsible for the foreseeable evil effect of an act that he is free to avoid. And the last one, the agent may perform an act, not evil in itself, from which both good and evil things flowed, provided that the evil effects does not proceed to the good effect. There is sufficient reason for doing the act, and that the good effect is the one intended, and the evil effect being only secondary and unintentional.